Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a new episode of Trillium's Twisted Vlogcast. And this is a special one because today we're talking Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, Killers of the Flower Moon, I did not see in theaters. I am aware that it came out 4 months ago. I watched it a couple weeks ago, and I'm just now getting the time to talk to you guys about it. Normally, I only review movies that I see in theaters, but this one is so good and such a big one that I have to talk about it. I mean, what kind of YouTuber would I be if I didn't, right? So Killers of the Flower Moon is the newest Martin Scorsese film. It is a horrifying true story about the literal genocide of the Osage Nation in the 1920s. Basically, what happened is these Native Americans, the Osage, had a bunch of oil on their land, and the white man said, "We're taking all of your oil. That belongs to us." This is a great movie, first and foremost. Is it among Scorsese's best? Probably not, but that doesn't mean much because he's made some of the literal best movies of all time. So, first things first, I'm going to talk about the acting in this movie more than anything, especially to stay light on plot details. Leonardo DiCaprio is always great with Scorsese. De Niro is always great with Scorsese. They are both great in this movie. Leonardo DiCaprio plays an imbecile. He plays dumb. He plays a dumb character, and that's not something I've ever seen from Leonardo DiCaprio, and he does phenomenal. As expected. I mean, this is Leonardo DiCaprio we're talking about. He is really caught in the middle. His character, Ernest Burkhart, is really caught in the middle of this. He's caught between doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing. And he is not very smart. So he has a hard time with that. That's essentially his character's plight and arc. Robert De Niro plays one of the best villains I've seen in years. Robert De Niro is excellent. He's excellent as this two-faced snake who is seemingly very kind and helpful to the Osage tribe, but in reality, he is the devil in disguise. I loved De Niro in this movie, and I loved Leo in this movie, but the person I really want to talk about is Lily Gladstone. Lily Gladstone is not an actress I knew coming into this movie, but she's about to win an Oscar. She plays the Native American woman, Molly, that Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Ernest, falls in love with and marries. Lily Gladstone, really hope to see her and stuff after this because she does so much, she conveys so much with just simple expressions and simple just looks on her face. And her character is very sympathetic. So you feel very strongly for her and the Osage tribe as a whole throughout the whole movie. This is a very long movie, by the way. It is 3 hours, 20 minutes. So I was not able to watch it in one sitting, unfortunately. But if you can, go for it. Go for it. Lily Gladstone, De Niro, Leo, fantastic. The only other couple things that I wanted to address is the supporting cast is great in this too. There's Brendan Fraser shows up. Brendan Fraser shows up in the third act as a lawyer, and he is hysterically over the top. And it's perfect. It's great to see Brendan Fraser back in better movies than he ever was before his career, took a turn for the worse or whatever. Jason Isbell, the country rock singer, and Sturgill Simpson, another country rock singer, both of whom I am pretty big fans of, are really good in this movie. Now, they do play horrible Southerners. I don't know anything about Jason Isbell or Sturgill Simpson. I imagine they're not racist and evil like their characters in this movie, but I'm pretty sure they're both Southerners. So supporting cast is great too, and this is one of Scorsese's funniest movies, and it's surprisingly hilarious. Most of the comedy comes from Leonardo DiCaprio's character Ernest, and just how unbelievably gullible. I mean, this son of a bitch is so gullible, and he's just very dumb, and he's very easily influenced and persuaded. And there's a lot of comedy, shockingly. In a movie about Native American genocide, there's a lot of comedy that comes out of that aspect of the film, and that surprised me in a very good way. The only downside I have to say with this movie is there's not enough Jesse Plemons in it. Now, without getting into too much spoiler territory, Jesse Plemons plays a Fed who is sent to the Osage tribe to solve all of these murders and figure out what's going on. He doesn't show up until the third act of the film, and he does not have enough screen time because he is damn phenomenal in this movie. He is very, very good. He's great in everything he's in. Shout out Jesse Plemons. Keep killing it. So, and I think what's interesting about that is I read before that the story, the original screenplay, and I believe that the novel that the film is based on, centered around Jesse Plemons' character, as he's solving these murders from his point of view. And Leonardo DiCaprio was originally set to play that role, but then said, hey, why don't we change the script and do this instead? And Leonardo DiCaprio has that kind of power, for obvious reasons. So, and the ending. Have to address the ending. The ending of this movie is one of Scorsese's best. He's always really good at endings, whether it be, Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, The Departed, The Wolf of Wall Street. More recently, The Irishman was one of the best endings I've ever seen in a movie. And this is a equally great ending. This ending, instead of giving you a text, paragraph saying, oh, and so, this person was incarcerated and died in prison, and things like that, there's a very, very unique way that Scorsese goes about with this ending. And I'm not going to spoil it here in this review, but if you like the movie and you watch it all the way through to the ending is one of the most original and phenomenal endings I've seen in years. So guys, Killers of the Flower Moon is great. It's not one of Scorsese's best, but the cast is phenomenal. The story is really engaging, as disturbing as it is, and it's definitely worth checking out. I'm going to give Killers of the Flower Moon an A, and if you guys saw it, let me know what you think down below. Everybody stay twisted and stay safe.